Let's get something straight. If you still think Egypt is just pyramids and desert, you're missing the point. Egypt is louder, warmer, tastier, more chaotic, and far more alive than any textbook or travel brochure ever warned you about. It's a place where 5,000 years of history blend with the noise of street vendors, the honk of a microbus, and someone calling you Habibi even though you just met. This isn't just a vacation. This is a full-body, multi-sensory deep dive into a culture that's ancient, electric, and unapologetically real. So if you're ready to see the real Egypt, not just the Instagram filters and souvenir stalls, buckle up. You're in for something unforgettable. Let's start with the obvious. The Pyramids of Giza, one of the last remaining ancient wonders of the world. Yes, they're just outside Cairo, and yes, they are massive. They don't just live up to the hype, they make you question how they were even built. Nothing prepares you for how small you feel standing at their base. But here's the thing, that's just your first course. In Luxor, tombs deep in the Valley of the Kings glow with ancient paint that has somehow survived time itself. Pharaohs slept here, wrapped in myth and mystery. Then there's Karnak Temple. Think ancient Egypt's version of a flex. Gigantic columns, intricate hieroglyphics, and open spaces that seem to echo with the past. And Abu Simbel, oh boy. A temple carved into a mountain with such precision that twice a year sunlight reaches the sacred inner chamber. No CGI, no tricks. Just ancient engineering, faith, and geometry working in harmony. The monuments are unforgettable, but what you carry home in your heart long after the flights and photos? That's the people. Egyptians don't just say, welcome, they mean it. With open arms, open doors, and sometimes open fridges. Ask for directions and they'll not only guide you, they might walk you there, introduce you to their cousin, and invite you over for lunch before you can blink. Compliment their cat? You might end up being adopted to their family. Here, hospitality isn't a gesture. It's a reflex. It's how they live, breathe, connect. And tea? It's everywhere. You'll sip it in shops, homes, on sidewalks. It's hot, sweet, and usually comes with conversation, unsolicited advice, and a new friend. And when someone calls you Habibi, it's not a gimmick. It's real affection, served without hesitation. If history feeds your mind in Egypt, the food feeds your soul. First up, Koshari. It sounds chaotic. Rice, pasta, lentils, chickpeas, fried onions, spicy tomato sauce, but it works. It's the ultimate comfort food bomb. Then there's fuel madams. Slow-cooked fava beans drizzled with oil, lemon, maybe a sprinkle of cumin. It's breakfast, lunch, or 2 a.m. post-party magic. Tamea? It's falafel made with fava beans instead of chickpeas, herby green inside, golden brown outside. And the bread. You will eat so much bread. Hot, airy, often pulled straight from the oven on the street and into your hand. Dip it in dukka, scoop up baba ganoush, or wrap up grilled meats that will haunt your dreams in a good way. And dessert? Just surrender. Kanafa with its sweet, cheesy layers. Basbousa dripping with syrup. And Ras Bil Laban, basically warm vanilla clouds in a bowl. Of course, you'll want to see the big-name places. And trust me, they're not overrated. They're essential. Cairo is pure electricity. It's a chaotic, beautiful rhythm of traffic horns, minaret calls, food carts, and families arguing over who makes the best tea. But inside that chaos, there's treasure, like the Egyptian Museum, overflowing with artifacts and stories that could fill lifetimes. Or the Citadel, towering above the city like a watchful eye. Or Khan El Khalili, a market that feels like it swallowed a century and decided to keep it. Then there's Alexandria, more laid back, kissed by the sea and dripping with literary charm. You'll stroll its corniche, sip coffee by the Mediterranean, visit ancient catacombs, and wonder why more people don't talk about this place. In Aswan, the pace slows down to a whisper. You'll drift in a felucca, no motor, no rush, just the Nile and the sky, gliding past colorful Nubian villages where time stretches in size. And the Red Sea? That's a whole other universe. Coral reefs in Technicolor, dolphins darting past, shipwrecks that look like movie sets, all under crystal clear waters that make even seasoned divers go wide-eyed. If you really want to feel Egypt, you've got to go off script. El Moaz Street at night turns into a living painting, glowing minarets, loud music drifting through ancient alleyways, tea shops lit with lanterns. Fayoum is just a short drive but feels like a different world. Pottery villages, waterfalls hidden in the desert, and lakes that mirror the sky at sunset. And then there's Siwa, an oasis beyond the edge of civilization. Salt lakes clear enough to confuse the sky for water, warm springs, mud brick villages, and a slower rhythm that resets your soul. Dahab? That's the one travelers try to keep secret. A laid-back Red Sea town full of divers, Bedouin tea, yoga mats, bonfires, and people who were just passing through 2 years ago. And here's the thing. To really travel Egypt, not just visit, you need to lean in. Wear loose, breathable clothes, not just for respect, but because the sun will roast you otherwise. In markets, bargaining isn't rude, it's a game. A dance. Smile, haggle a little, laugh, and watch how it turns strangers into friends. Time here, it's flexible, elastic. Now could mean soon, could mean later. Either way, the best moments happen in the waiting. And when someone offers you tea, say yes. It's not about thirst, it's about sharing a moment. About stepping into someone's world, even for a minute. Because Egypt doesn't just give you landmarks, it gives you something harder to define. The kid who hands you flowers with no reason. The call to prayer echoing at dusk as you drift down the Nile. The laughter that spills out even when words fail. Egypt reminds you that travel isn't about ticking boxes. It's about feeling something shift inside you. It makes you feel tiny in the face of history and enormous in the warmth of human connection. It's raw, it's radiant. It doesn't pretend to be perfect, and that's why it's unforgettable. Once you've really seen it, not the filters, not the highlights, but felt it, walked its streets, shared its bread, and laughed with its people, a piece of you stays behind. And that's the beauty of Egypt. So why should you visit Egypt? Because it's not just a country, it's a living museum, a wild embrace, a story that's still being written, and one you'll never forget being part of. Buy the ticket, pack your openness, and remember, you're not just visiting Egypt, you're becoming part of its story.